You guys, it's here. IOD Summer Release 2025.
We are going to be taking thrift finds. We'll give you little clips at the end so you can see where we bought them, mostly from Goodwill and Desert Industries. We're going to make them over with the new Iron Orchid designs and give them a new look for bougie, for a budget, spring home decor.
They're all good. They're all very good.
You're gonna like this. Let's go.
Saint Germain transfer. Sarah Featon's Botanicals transfer. Menagerie transfer. Home Sweet Home transfer. Emporium Gilded. Florography Paint Inlay. Ditzy Blooms Paint Inlay. Leonidas Decor Mold. Heraldry Decor Mold. Unicorns Decor Mold. Chanticleer Decor Mold. Folk Story Decor Stamp. The Waltz Decor Stamp. Flora and Vine Decor Stamp. Mercy House Chittenage Decor Stamp.
All right, so you guys just saw all the beautiful IOD. Now you get to see the mess that is my garage. But in that box, we have all of our thrifted items from Monday's video that we're gonna make over with this new Iron Orchid Design summer release. We already handpicked everything we thought would be a good fit, so let's go inside, get things painted. So this silver tray transfer, this clock, for whatever reason, they thought it'd be good to put blown up rice on it. So definitely gonna get a transfer in the middle at least. You know how we do with these little spoons and stuff. So we'll paint those, transfer them up. Maybe a mold on here. Maybe a mold on here, I'm not sure. We've got lots of good stuff in here. First things first, I'm going to be using the Chanticleer. How do you pronounce that? Chanticleer. The mold with the roosters on it. I'm gonna be using resin. I wanna put the mold right in the middle, and I want to be able to paint it and manipulate it and not wait for the clay to dry. And it's a nice flat surface, so it should be easy. So 1 part yellow, 1 part white. I think it's A and B, I don't know. Then you're just gonna stir that up really, really well. Make sure you're pouring in a well-ventilated area and just get it in your mold. Sometimes I just use like the back of a fork and just push it into the little details. So that way it gets where it needs to go. Oh, I missed a spot right here. I set my phone down for a second and look what's happening. It's already setting up. Let's get all my base layers down. Garden sage and the cottage color going on this platter. Garden sage is just going on all the things. It's such a great base coat to put under florals. Next color up is cottage color in plaster. I painted the edge of this in plaster, and then I'm painting the base and the pole in plaster, and then I think I'm gonna use a DIY paint or maybe milk paint in the middle. I haven't decided, because I'm definitely using a paint inlay on this. Last thing being painted plaster are these plaques that I picked up. These I think are gonna be fun to layer transfers, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Totes are one of my favorite things to make over. Super simple, find them at the thrift store every time, and they always turn out cute. Okay, it's all white, let's get our mold out. I had a little extra, so I poured these details, but this one is so good. I love how thick and chunky these molds are because you get so much detail. I'm using E6000 to glue this on, but any glue that's appropriate for resin and whatever you're working with will work. This is just what I have on hand. All right, so I'm gonna base coat my chicken, and then I'm also going to add a second coat to the rest of this. The only other thing I'll probably do to this is a white dry brush, just to bring out all the detail. And of course I need to let all that glue dry. These last 2 spoons are gonna be painted in Americana. I have the teeny tiniest little bit of Americana left in here, and it's gonna be enough to paint these and make them look cute. I love the cottage color. They make everything so easy. So this is DIY's golden ticket. And it's a little bit thin, but if you do 2 coats, you usually get full coverage. And it looks less like chunky paint in my opinion. So it's worth the effort.
I've got the face out of the clock, and this looks like a picture of rice blown up to me. I don't know what that is.
That's what I told him earlier. I was like, I don't know why.
So I'm gonna pull the mechanism out. We're gonna do iron orchid designs on the face. I'm debating on whether or not to leave the clock this black and reddish color. I think it would look good. I might do one of the gilded transfers on the face. I haven't decided. We're gonna go numberless. I might do some stuff in here. We'll see. It's gonna get something fun, but I gotta decide if I'm gonna paint this or just scrub it down good.
All right, little black dress, is that what you're using?
That is what I'm using. I'm gonna cover this face up. It was the path of least resistance to get this like really good coverage. I'll probably do 2 coats because I don't want any white peeking through. And then I will most likely seal it because I'm gonna put those gold transfers over and I don't want any dust getting on those.
Ooh, that'll be pretty with the black.
You should be able to. Just kind of cutting off what I'm not going to be using for the most part.
You can kind of see the bunny up underneath.
I'm hoping that there's enough to do it.
For both sides. Just flip it. Keep flipping. There you go.
You're so smart. Okay, perfect. So I'm painting this with DIY's aviary. That aviary is thick. It's been a while since we've used
The lid's not been going on good for quite some time.
Yeah. I could add water. I'm just gonna make sure that this is on here really well. I might have to distress it later. I feel like DIY works the absolute best for inlays, but you can really use it with any paint that doesn't have a built-in sealer. If it has a built-in sealer, you have to like pull it up pretty quick. Otherwise you're gonna decoupage the inlay.
Yeah, you gotta pull it up before the paint is actually dry and hope it works. It usually does work pretty well, but it takes a little bit of practice doing it that way.
I'm getting this on here. I'm just gonna lay this down in here. Do we have a washcloth? Now I'm just getting the back of the inlay wet and hopefully reactivating that paint because it went on pretty dry because it was so thick and kind of half dry in the can. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing.
Did you get all the way to the edge?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side.
While we're waiting for that clock face to dry, I'm gonna give this a little bit of extra distress. Some of this is not factory distress, it's just wear and tear. So just got some 220 grit. I'm gonna bring some of that out a little bit more. So I have the gilded transfer here in Emporium. It's 8 12 by 16 sheets. And these are the various different kinds on here. I think I'm gonna go with this one, possibly this one, because these are gonna point to like 12, 6, 3, and 9 for me. Although I do like this one. Look how shiny that is. All right, we've got this cut out. It's a little large, but I'm just gonna press it down in and go up the sides. Just gonna start in the center and work my way towards those edges.
Okay, we're starting to pull back.
It's sticking really well, but it's like crinkled into the corner because I had to press it into this round. I should have cut it a little smaller, but
We're getting good work there, Deb, though. You're doing good.
okay, I think we got it here. I have to clean up those edges.
Pretty.
What's that? Is that looking okay?
Yeah, that's it. Ta-da! So I'm moving on to my transfers, and I'm starting with Saint Germain. This is a large pack transfer and it has 8 sheets on it. Look at all those elements. These were made for thrift flips. You can see that you can put it on a big piece of furniture, but you can also use it on smaller items.
I like that big butterfly on that one.
I know, that's pretty. So I'm going to figure out like where to cut this because I want to use the rest of this on here. So I've got to measure it out. There's the tube top. And it looks like the dip goes down to right there. Okay. All right, just know that if you do something that's like an irregular, non-flat surface, you will get cracks and bumps unless you cut out each individual piece, which we all know I'm not gonna do that.
It still looks pretty great.
I think it looks amazing. Get this extra, and I will distress it. So now I'm just gonna take this top part that I cut, and that is gonna go down this direction. So I'll just be using one portion to do this entire mailbox. Almost done.
The big reveal is coming.
I know, this is, and it's so important your paint is like fully dried and cured because the transfers just go on like butter. Not butter, but butter. If they're...
Don't forget to burnish. You got a little bubble in that one.
I will, and because it's like so unlevel. You wouldn't want to mess around with this.
There you go, you got it.
Like I'm going over the top of like rivets and edges and all kinds of stuff. And if that was like not sticking down well, that would be a nightmare. But that was actually pretty simple. I just need to lightly distress, seal it. Now this won't be able to go in full sun. A lot of people don't realize that, but these will fade in the UV. So it's either gonna have to be in the shade or inside. But I think this is pretty enough. You could put it inside and hang your aprons from it.
Yeah. You know, pop that top, put some rolling pins out the top of it, you know, however you want to do.
So pretty. Okay.
I have a conundrum.
Conundrum?
Jamie always wants me to put numbers back on these, but I lined it up in such a way that this, wait, hold on. This element here is at 12 o'clock, and then I also have this element at 3, this element at 6, and this element at 9. So I think I'm gonna leave it. Let me know what you would do, because I am gonna leave it now that I'm at that point, because I think if I put something over the gold, it would be weird. But I could still tell time on this. How about you guys?
I agree that it would be weird. I don't have a problem with it. I just think sometimes people complain, but that's beautiful. It's a piece of art, Zeb.
It is now. Okay, it's all back together. I've got my brass eagles, bronze eagles, whatever they are on the top. And I like it. I think that came together well. It was getting some glare when we were showing it earlier. It's picking up all the lights. But maybe, oh, there we go. There, now you can see it. Let me tilt it up. So Jamie's using, which transfer is this?
This is
The Emporium.
Gilded. It's the one you just used.
Yeah, I didn't remember the name. So Jamie's using the Emporium Gilded transfer, the one that I just used. This is a different sheet. It's almost like a ledger book. Mm-hmm. And she's putting that on those plaques. Oh, that's gonna look really good.
And then I'm gonna put like some floral in the middle of it, and it's gonna be really pretty, like mixed media. Here's like, it's very dramatic with these, cause look, it's very sparkly.
It's gonna look good with some floral over the top.
I know, I'm actually really excited. All right, so Sarah Featon's Botanical. This is a smaller transfer with 8 sheets. And the botanicals are actually gonna look really good, like very scaled well. I think I wanna use, maybe I'll just use these 2 on the bottom. I'm planning on using this one and that one. This one's a little larger, so I'll put it on the bigger one.
This drop cloth is getting to be a piece of art by itself. It's probably time to retire it. I don't see anywhere where there's like a clean square of drop cloth.
No, it is so bad.
I actually couldn't find 2 of our new ones and dug this one out.
It's all right, it's working. Sometimes it's just that what you have on hand is the best thing because then you can just get your project done. Look how pretty that is. With the gold peeking out behind it, that's a really good look there.
The way you did the golden ticket on the edges, these do look just like round oval,
Yeah,
oval
they're
frames.
like antique frames with botanicals in them, just with a new flair. And these, I just picked these up for like $1.50 each.
Yeah, they're just plain wood.
And you could, if you can't thrift these, you can find these at your craft store.
Yeah, they're not expensive.
Okay, here's the moment of truth. I did have the paint on really thick, so I am expecting that we're probably gonna have some ripples, but you want to get it wet again after it's
So the
dry.
paper got all the way dry, and then we went back and we're getting it all the way wet, and that's gonna help the paper and whatever's left of the paint on there. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, that's so good and crisp. That's really good.
Good job, Jami. So what happens when you do too many projects? All right, I'm just gonna slowly get this other side off. Ta-da! Oh, that's good.
Here, pull it up so we can see the bunny. Can't differentiate the bunny from the drop cloth.
Oh, from the drop. Hold on, I got wet. That's why I didn't want to pull it up.
Yeah, wet paint on there.
It's fine. I'll just distress it off.
Now you can see it. Look at how awesome
Look how
that
cute
is.
that is. I'm gonna distress the white, and then I probably will just clear wax very carefully the floor. You want it to be very dry when you do that.
Let's see how good that deep was mold. I love how they're going deeper with these.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it. Chancellor. I don't know.
The rooster one.
The rooster one. It starts with a C. H.
Just dry brushing with plaster over the top.
Yeah, and then this is gonna be done because this is a built-in sealer. Well, I need to get in this. And I'm gonna dry brush the whole thing, but you definitely want to dry brush the mold because look how good that is. Next, we're coming into the stamps, huh, Zeb?
Yep, I have plaster on the brayer here.
And we're using, is this folk story?
Hold please. Yes, you are correct. Folk story.
We're using folk story, and we're using, you gotta go fast because the paint dries fast. You also have to wash the stamp quickly. But I want it to look hand painted. I don't want it to look stamped. So we're just gonna use plaster in the cottage color. This is such a busy, on-trend stamp because all over patterns are all the rage right now. The sisters always know what's up.
Okay,
It's got lots of goodness in
here
it.
we go. I'm gonna try to get a bird. 2 birds. Let's see if I went fast enough.
Oh gosh, that's so good. So good. Zeb's going all 4 sides with this. The nice thing about stamps is you can use these over and over again. Like the transfers are fun and I love them. You guys know that I do. But a good stamp is worth so much because you can use it. You can use this for Christmas ornaments. You could use this for card making, like so many. You could put this into clay and do like a relief.
The thing I really like about this stamp is usually they're like all little elements and pieces that you can peel off and mix and match. This is all one piece design, and I think you could repeat it and do a bigger display of this however you want, like wherever you want, on a wall or a floor, a large piece of furniture.
Oh, that's good. Next up, I'm going to be using Menagerie. This is definitely a buildable transfer. It comes with 8 sheets, and you can see on the little examples they have that you can really just make it a lot of different things. So I'm kind of playing with it on my tray here. So I'm going to put this on here like this, and I'm trying to estimate where to put the flowers. This is like which came first, the chicken or the egg. The flowers have to go on here first, and then this over the top. All right, so I think I did good. I did have to cut off the top of this a little bit to get it to fit in there, but it's working. All right, here's a moment of truth. Now I just need to fill in the bottom and the side with elements.
So it's taking me a bit, but I think I've built a really great design. That was actually a lot of fun. I started with one idea and I just kept building until it was nice and balanced, but not perfectly symmetrical. Next up, Home Sweet Home. This transfer is another small 8x12 with 8 sheets, but oh my gosh, it's so good.
So I wound up using this part where it says a hippie. I love these square ones for the flower buckets, and I think I'm gonna use the teacup on the clock. I'm pretty excited about that. This one I feel like we're gonna be using on a lot of enamel pieces. Like there will be no enamel pieces left at the store because I feel like white enamel or white ceramic will do really well with this transfer. I'm already thinking about what I want to thrift so that way I can use it. Usually once you get it going on these square ones, you can just kind of peel it back. There we go. That was easy. So I thought I was gonna be using a teacup, but I cannot get the hands off. You ever think you're gonna do something? So I'm changing it up. I'm gonna use a botanical and I'm gonna put it on here and then just slice it, and hopefully it works the way I want it to without having to remove the hands. Let's put these straight up. So, this is at risk of being super frustrating and not easy to do, but I think I'm gonna try it. We'll see how it works. Maybe I'll just cut this in half and then put this on the top. Do you think that'll work? All right. Turn those that way. Well, of course I broke the hands. That's gonna have to fix that again. Like the last time I tried to do a clock and I broke the hand. I'm gonna get this. Like I have full faith. There we go. Okay, we did it. We did it. You and me, we did this. Okay, now I just gotta rub the transfer on and we're dead. I love it. The clock was cute before, but I feel like this just kind of makes it next level. You won't actually see us thrift this paper until next Monday in our bins video, but I thrifted this paper at the bins and it's the perfect backdrop for a transfer to go in my bookends. We're swirling back to Saint Germain, and I'm just gonna cut out 2 elements to put on my cardstock and put inside of my transfers. To put inside of my bookends, I'm just gonna take 2 of these elements from Saint Germain and put them inside the bookends for art. I'm taking off this tag here. And I was not the one that bought these, I don't think. I think it was Zeb. I can't believe this was $1. Like the best deal ever.
Now I did not paint the insides because they have like a protective padding so they don't scratch your books.
I am back here. I thought it was done, you guys, but look, I have these. I was kind of sad that I was done because I am having a really good time. Zeb is at Young Men's, which is youth group. And so I am just home by myself. Jack's at a friend's house and the teenagers are with their dad. And I am just enjoying putting transfers on things. So back to Saint Germain, just using little portions of this transfer to put on my spoons. I'll show you when they're all done. So far I've done these 2 with just like this little bottom portion here, and I haven't even finished using it. So it doesn't take very much at all to do these spoons. And sometimes I cut off little extras and then I just layer them in. So you kind of have to reconfigure them to fit your space. But look, now that fills up that, and that piece wasn't there, but it fills up the space so much better on the spoon. All right, what do you think of all of these together? This is gonna be another spoon bouquet. I'm gonna lay them down flat so you can see them. Here they are flat. Isn't that so cute? I just need to distress them and then I'll just do a little sealer. All right, next up we are just distressing all the things that need distressing. 220 sandpaper, lightly distressing. Last step, clear wax. Let's get the things that need to be sealed. Pieces like this, they're done. I used cottage color, all in one. Nothing more needed. Be careful if you're waxing over an inlay, it can smear. I am going ever so lightly with the wax and I am not overworking it, and I know that it couldn't smear, so I am accepting that risk. There are directions on the back of your inlay on how to mix sealer and water together, but for a piece like this, I just don't think it's necessary, and it waxed up just fine. More painted silver in this video. Comment below, let me know what you think. Did I ruin it? I actually think this and all the other projects turned out super good. Zeb wasn't in a lot of the painting and projects because
I was busy.
He was busy. He was at the orthodontist. He had youth group, but he did come in clutch and help me at the end. Do you guys ever have this? Like you're starting to paint and you're like, oh my gosh, I just can't. Like that clock, I just could not do it. He finished it. It turned out so good.
So we're not painting all the silver, just pieces that we don't move as quickly as other pieces. However, I think that it does look better, and all silver may soon be at risk for some Iron Orchid designs, transfers, and things, because when we do that, it sells.
If you guys need the new products, do not wait because they sell out so fast. So visit JamiRayVintage.com. Stick around for all the final finishes and looks that we created here today. And if you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Jami Ray Vintage for more
DIY
and thrifting. We'll see you on the next episode.